Hello guys, it's Pep from Pep back at it again, and look at this. We are here with Quattro, and as you may have seen from the thumbnail, we've got a new gimmick puppet deck. So I know a lot of you are excited. I'm excited too, and so this is my first attempt, my first version of gimmick puppet with the new support. But stay tuned because they're definitely gonna come other versions, especially the one when I will unlock the gimmick puppets of Leo. But also, you know, I will take some time to test other ideas to make gimmick puppets the most competitive that I can. So you can just see this version right now. Before jumping right into it, guys, just a quick reminder, if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it and really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it, of course with Quattro right here, and I try to, you know, study the other skills, but they're really bad. The only skill that you can really use is Relinquished Puppet. So here we go with the Relinquished Puppets, and let's see what we got. So the new support, as you can see, I'm playing triple of each copy. Are they needed? In my opinion, they are definitely needed. If like me, you miss the second and the third copy of Gimmick Puppet Turbo Baby. I only have one, unfortunately, but I at least will play two if I had the second copy, but unfortunately I do not. So which are the new addition to the deck? They are Condolence Puppet and Junk Puppet. Now Junk Puppet is the easiest one. It's a hard once per turn, so you can only activate one Junk Puppet, even if you have two in your hand, in your starting hand or in your hands. Generally, you basically it's a Monster Reborn, but specifically for your gimmick puppets. You just revive a gimmick puppet no matter what. There are no limitation, no restriction, nothing. You can revive an Exceeds, you can revive a level 8, a level 4, whatever you want. And the other one, Condolence Puppet, is simply broken because you can just send gimmick puppet from your deck to the graveyard up to the number of monsters your opponent controls that are from the extra deck +1. This +1 actually make this card useful even in your first turn, or if your opponent does not control any monster that comes from the extra deck. So it's basically a foolish burial for your gimmick puppets. Insane, of course. And now if we stop here, this card is already broken, because think about Foolish Burial. I think there was a period where Foolish Burial was banished in TCG. I don't know if it's still banished, maybe not, maybe it's limited to one, I mean, I don't know. But it has another effect. You can banish this card from your graveyard, and what's good is that you do not have to wait the next turn. You can actually use both these effects in the same turn. And so what it does, you can just banish this card from your graveyard and target one machine type Xyz monster, so you can be not only a gimmick puppets, but any other machine type Xyz monster. Unfortunately, in this extra deck we only play, the only machine Xyz monster we have are gimmick puppets, and it makes undestructible by your opponent's card effects. So it cannot be destroyed by card effects. And like it was not enough, it's not until the end of the turn. It's not. This is forever. I mean, until the monster is, as long as the monster is face up on the field. So what does this mean? This means that if, for example, your monster gets banished by Malevolent Scene and then comes back, it does not have the undestructible effects anymore. Keep in mind that. But this card is really broken. So Condolence Puppet, more than Junk Puppet, is a mandatory 3 of, definitely. Then Junk Puppet, you need 3, especially if you do not have another copy of Turbo Baby. That's the thing, because otherwise you have nothing to summon. Then we've got triple Magnet Doll, triple Bisque Doll, and one Dreary Doll that is the only one that you want to have in the grave, and that you keep on summoning with its own effect. Of course, with Relinquished Puppet, you can actually send this to the grave really easily, and then summon the Destroy. Then we've got a couple of Perform Puppets that is really cool, and not because of the effect of changing levels, but moreover because it actually is a very good defensive card. I mean, the fact that you can special summon a Gimmick Puppet monster from your banished section every time a Gimmick Puppet gets destroyed by battle or card effect is pretty good. It's really good. Because it allows you to have another defense, and also it allows you to recycle your banished monster, because you know your banished monster are actually, you know, that card, you cannot use them anymore. But with Perform Puppets, instead you get to resummon them, and maybe they are sent back to the grave, so you have to you have the chance to activate their effect once again. And last but not least, we've got Pulse Mines as the limited 2 cards. Pretty cool, basically against the OTK. And you can see, as well as the Allowed Life Barrier, these are 2 cards that prevent OTK, especially the first turn if you have to begin the duel. So if it's your first turn, you can just have Destroy. You do not need to have a summonable monster. You can just use the skill, summon Destroy, that is a machine type monster. You set your Pulse Mine, and as soon as your opponent's draw phase kicks in, you can just reveal your Pulse Mines, and you're safe. No matter what, you'll be safe. That's it. Same thing happens with Allowed Life Barrier, but the bad thing is that with Allowed Life Barrier you have to discard a card that, don't get me wrong, sometimes can be a good thing, especially if you have this little guy in your hand, but other times, most of the times, you know, discarding that card can be actually a very tough price to pay. And guys, that was all among the extra deck. We've got the classic Gimmick Puppet of Strings, 1 Giant Grinder is enough, 1 Zombie Stein, 1 Gigantus Doll, 1 Malevolent Sin, and 1 Son of Own, the Sky Prison. I mean, this guy is usually your turn one play, because he can just be, you know, special summon in defense position, use the effect to make him not being destroyable by battle, and then you're good. I mean, this is your choice, just in case you do not draw into either your Pulse Mines, Allowed Life Barrier, or Perform Puppet with a banished Gimmick Puppet monster. And that's it, guys. Of course, stay tuned for the replay, because if you want to see, of course, the combo, only for replays, because unfortunately I misclicked and maybe I deleted the best replay that was against Onomat. Of course, just a spoiler, actually not a spoiler, because I cannot show you that replay anymore. Basically, I won thanks to the fact that I endured the first turn with Allowed Life Barrier. So that's it. Against a Nazi K deck, you just want to have one of these 6 cards. That's it. So guys, stay tuned for the replay, and stay tuned also for the other version of Gimmick Puppets that are coming soon on the channel. If you have something to ask, of course, if you want more explanation, you can just ask in the comment section down below, and we can jump right into the replays. Here we go, first replay. This was on my 3rd win in a row, rank up from Legend rank 5 to 6. So I actually used these, and the next deck that you will see on the channel, that is a Magnet deck. I used both these decks to climb from Platinum rank 5 to Legend rank 1. That is the rank I am in right now. So let's go on. We got a Gaia player, so as you can see, we can just speed things up, because it has the usual combo, bringing out the fusion Gaia dragon. Of course, one that can pop in your opponent's turn, and then he ended turn with a couple of set. So I started with Condolence Puppet, and because my opponent has a monster from the extra deck, I can send at least 2 monsters to the grave. And usually your choice, especially with a monster like Magical Knight of Dragons, or usually if your opponent has a couple of back rows, you want to send one Bisque Doll, because then you want to see the effect and make your Gimmick Puppet monster untargetable. That's the thing. So then I sent this other one, but you can also send the Gimmick Puppet Terror Baby, so that if you banish him, your opponents cannot chain anything to your to the activation of your Gimmick Puppet monster's effect. So there you go, the Dready Doll, it's Dready Doll, sorry, Bisque Doll, to make my Gimmick Puppets untargetable, then Relinquish Puppet the skill to bring out Destroy and Dready Doll to the grave, then Terror Baby to summon the Magnet Doll, first XC summoning the Gigantes Doll, and keep in mind that right now he can't do a thing. He cannot do anything. He cannot target my my Gimmick Puppets. That's it. So I used the effect to take control of his Gaia the Dragon Champions, and he just scooped. You know why? Because he activated the effect of Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons. He realized he could only target his own cards, and that's it. And he just scooped. So at this point I could just have to take control of his Gaia, use the second effect of the Gigantes Doll, make him level 8, and then XC summon with the Magical Knight of Dragons. So, and I still had, you know, the Bisque Doll special summon by discarding the other one, and then special summoning the Magnet Doll with another XC Shogun. All untargetable, so that's OTK. Second duel right here against Supreme King Jaden. What we have here, we have to begin right now, so this is important. We have a Condolence, we have actually also Perform Puppets, but most of all we've got our Allowed Life Barrier. That is the card, the perfect card to endure. So now he uses Cosmic Cycle and we're chilling, because we can just activate that in response and we're good. Now everything he wants to do, we're chilling. He cannot even destroy our monsters. So why did I go with an Allowed Life Barrier? Because actually Allowed Life Barrier, it's a good card to play along your Zombie-Stein. We know that Zombie-Stein is really powerful because it can actually let you negate one of your opponent's cards. But the downside is that this big guy has to be put in defense position when you do that, and he only has 1,000 defense. But if you use Allowed Life Barrier, it cannot be destroyed by battle. That's it. That's why it's a good card. So it's an Heaven Hero deck. It goes on with Malicious Edge, but it cannot pop my Destroy because I have the Allowed Life Barrier. Then Condolence Puppet, but only one monster because he has no monsters from the extra deck. Then Perform Puppet, and I decide not to use the Bisque Doll, as you can see right here, because I need the Bisque Doll in the grave to use my Perform Puppets on. So first Dready Doll summon the Perform Puppet, banishing the Bisque Doll to make all level 8, and then Gimmick Puppet of Strings is coming to the field. Then Condolence Puppet right here to make him indestructible by card effects. Then the effect just in case he stops my attack, and then boom, actually to make sure to have my Dready Doll in the grave. He has Dark Calling though, and so Evil Hero Malicious Fiend is coming to the field. Infernal Gainer effect to attack twice. Am I done? No. You know why? Thanks to Perform Puppet. With Perform Puppets I get to special summon one of my Gimmick Puppets among the banished ones. There you go. And now we've got Dready Doll to special summon from the grave, and then the Condolence Puppet, but this time he has a monster from the extra deck, so I get to send a couple of monsters, so a Bisque Doll and a Turbo Baby. I could use the Bisque Doll actually because I have a couple, so one can be used for the effect of to make my Gimmick Puppets untargetable, and then I could go with Gimmick Puppet as well to make him no activate actually anything. So there you go, Junk Puppet, then to have another level 8, exceeds Shogun into Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder, untargetable, keep in mind that. Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder effect to Puppet, and then just attack. I'm chilling because guys, even if he attacks and destroys my Giant Grinder, I still have my Perform Puppet, and this time I'm even allowed to summon my Puppet of Strings, that is a 3k beater, that's it. So again, Dreedy Doll, I have another Condolence that is useless right now. I use the Condolence from the grave to make this undestructible by cut effects, and boom, that's it. That's how you do it. Here we go, third duel against my Valentine, Harpies hunting ground. So Harpies here, and Hysteric Sign to begin with, to add Elegant Egoist from his deck, then Channelier to pop his own Hysteric Sign, then to pop also his hunting, Harpies hunting ground. Actually a bad move right here, because you can only use one effect of Hysteric Sign, so if you use the first one, there is no actually reason to pop it. So he should have just popped his own hunting ground. But that's fine, he had only ways to do it, and look at this, he goes into Cyber Slasher Lady, of course, Elegant Egoist to go into the Cyber Happy Lady, another Elegant Egoist to go into the second one, and then Exist Shogun into Roach, but you know, we got no problem with Roach because we Exist summon, not Synchro summon, so we have our monsters that have no level, so we're chilling. And there you go, Relinquished Puppet to send the Dreedy Doll, then the Destroy is here, use the effect, pop himself to summon both the Bisque Doll and the Dreedy Doll. So I do not have, of course, to use any spell card right here, otherwise he can chain the Harpy Lady, the Cyber Slash Harpy Lady, then Dreedy Doll to special summon herself right here, and just a there you go, a life barrier. So that's it. Now we have Negate, and we do not have to worry about our zombies being defense, because even if he attacks, we have our allowed life barrier. There you go. So swinging into the Cyber Slash Harpy Lady, he has the Channelier to summon back another monster, and then as soon as he discarded, I decided to negate that, because I was sure he had no other Elegant Egoist. I actually was not sure, because there are only two right here, but usually they do not play three. So, and then he started to attack, and as soon as he declared the attack, my allowed life barrier is enough to win, and I even get, you know, just in case something bad happens in this attack, but it didn't. I have Pulse Mine for the next turn, so I can just, because I have a machine type monster on the field, as soon as his draw phase begins, I can just use Pulse Mines and I'm safe. There you go. That's how you do it. Last but not least, Bandit Kid. What is he actually playing? Let's see. 5 formation Tanky to add Fire King. So we are talking about Fire King. Just a set monster, and he's chilling. We've got the perfect end because we got both the Condolence and the Junk Puppet, beginning with the Relinquished Puppet, then Condolence to send the Terror Baby, and then Junk Puppet to revive the Terror Baby. There you go, level 4 Malevolent Scene, not to pop that because we know it's a Fire King that has an effect every time he gets destroyed. That's why we actually, you know, played around that. Then Pulse Mine and summoning the Dreedy Doll. Why I summon the Dreedy Doll? Because I have the Pulse Mines and I need the machine type monsters on the field to be able to activate my Pulse Mine. There we go. Because it's not Yami Yugi, we do not have to care about a probably Destiny draw, so we can just swing in and get our Malevolent Scene a boost. Then the monster comes back from the banished section, the field spell to add the Garonix. That's a bad thing actually. Now he also has the Arvada, he pops my Dreedy Doll and we're chilling, we do not have to use the Pulse Mine. Then Barong to add the Onslaught of the Fire King. Then Malevolent Scene's effect to get rid of the set monster, but he decided to negate that, and of course it was the right decision because he wants to pop his own Garonix. But look at this play, Dreedy Doll is here, then Gimmick Puppet, Magnet Doll, tributing both. Why did I do this? Because actually right now I cannot pop the Arvada, because if I pop Arvada will special summon the Garonix from the grave, and we start to, you know, be locked in that cycle, in that Fire King cycle where they keep on summoning stuff again and again and again. Plus the next turn with Garonix, he can just destroy any monster I have on my field. So I had to play different, and that's why I normals I tributed summon my Magnet Doll. Now because I have only Gimmick Puppet monster and my opponent controls a monster, I can special summon the other one. Now I have 2 level 8. I'm not locked into only Gimmick Puppet summon because there's no Dreedy Doll right here, and I can go into the Centerfold the Sky Prison, the perfect card against this deck. I can use the effect, lock its graveyard, and also being undestructible by card effect. That's how you do it. So he couldn't special summon with the effect of Arvada, and he cannot summon Garnix as well. Then he uses Offering to the Doomed on my Sky Prison, on my Xenophon, and he surrendered because he realized that the Offering to the Doomed cannot pop my number 68, so that's why he scoped. So guys, that was all for the replays. Again guys, sorry, I actually deleted, I misclicked and deleted the Onomat replay actually, but again I just want using the Condolence puppet stuff and the allowed life barrier. So guys, that was all for the replays. Of course, feel free to ask me whatever you want in the comment section down below. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.